to my room and to my channel. So today we are going to be doing some random triggers, and then I'm going to be reading you a scary story afterwards. But don't worry, you don't have to stay for the scary story if you don't want to. Totally get it, it's totally optional. But you're welcome to hang out with us until we're done with the triggers, or you can stay. Doesn't matter. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so I actually have something here that you might find looks familiar. This is the little guy that was up there. So I had originally bought him for making sounds, but after I put those shelves up, he just looked so good up there. Just left him there. He makes some pretty versatile sounds, if you ask me. He can make sticky finger sounds, or you can tap on him. You might be able to scratch, but I don't like that. But I don't want to hurt him too much, so let's be gentle. Also, obviously, I'm not using the Blue Yeti, so I can't go like this, and I don't have my other microphone set up right now, so we'll just have to make do with just me and you. So I hope that's okay. Nothing happened to the other microphone, I just didn't set it up. let's not meet. So that means it's a story, supposedly real story, about somebody who met somebody that they don't want to meet again. So these are typically more based in reality. Let's get into it. This is a kind of long one, so if I lose my spot, please do not judge me. Anyway, so this one is called, or is titled, "The employee told me there was a woman's bathroom up the lift. There wasn't one. This happened 2 days ago, and I'm still very shaken up about it. I was with my brother and father. We were just at the immigration department in Hong Kong." They said HK, which I'm assuming is Hong Kong. "To sort something out for us. For their context, I'm 20, female, and I'm not a Hong Kong local. It was getting late, and my dad suggested we start taking the bus back now to eat closer to the apartment area, or most good places would be close by then, or closed by then." I think that's what they said, or what they meant. "Midway, there was a stop that my brother suggested we get off to find food. We all agreed. I started to desperately need to use the toilet, and so my brother pointed at the closest McDonald's we could see. Big mistake. We go in. My brother and dad are waiting downstairs. I was under the assumption that, well, if there's no toilet downstairs, then there should be one up. If not, I'll leave and find another place. I walk up the stairs and look around, somewhat pacing as I desperately needed to be. The McDonald's worker seems to have spotted me and was looking at me, almost expecting me to bother him. I asked him if there was a toilet. Toilet through the door, turn left, and take a lift up. It's an ominous brown door with no signs or anything at the front. He's the worker, so I assume he knows better than me. I open it, and what the fuck? It's very dark and run down. Completely different vibe to the modern McDonald's. Extremely quiet. As soon as the door closed, it was almost soundproofed. All the bustling, loud noises in the McDonald's had completely stopped. The room was just very dark, with minimal white light. There were multiple doors that appeared locked in the building. I didn't explore much, as I thought it was maybe a staff room. I turned the left corner as instructed, and there was indeed a lift. I assume maybe this is just a very odd passage to a shopping mall, which isn't too uncommon in Hong Kong. Oh, there we go. And surely, how bad can this be if there is a lift? I press the lift and step in. Suddenly, I hear the door open, and the worker that directed me goes into the lift with me as well. I notice he's holding a black bin bag that is filled with little to nothing. I assume, okay, maybe he just needs to put this out and help me find the toilet. Kill two birds with one stone. I ask him what floor do I press, and he presses the second floor. Once the door closes, it's a bit quiet and awkward. I glance at him for a second. He was wearing a COVID face mask, one eye looking forward, and he has a lazy eye looking to the side. Suddenly he says something in Mandarin or Chinese, I don't know what the difference is, someone let me know, which translates to "you're very pretty" in Cantonese. At this point it's very awkward, and I just said a quiet thank you, not to aggravate him. I'm wondering if I actually need to pee this badly now. The lift stops. Finally, I was fully expecting a shopping mall. When the doors lifted open, that was not the case. The doors opened, and it was just a dark, quiet, run-down, narrow hallway of doors. It was so dark, with infinite corners. Not a single person was there but us. I couldn't tell what the building was. An odd cross of abandoned apartment buildings, doors and office doors. At this point, we were both stood we were still stood in the lift, and my entire body is in fight or flight mode or response. This whole situation was making me fear the worst. The worker gestures me to get off at this lift and almost wants to continue walking me to the toilet. I quickly made an excuse of, "I've bothered you so much already from your work. You can just point the direction and I'll find it, promise." He points to the right and tells me to go through there, and that's the toilet. I thank him and then go to the complete opposite direction he told me. The whole place was just a fucking maze. Narrow hallway with doors. I got curious and pushed at one of them, and it was locked. At this point, I'm really trying to stall enough time to appear I went to the toilet before getting the lift back down. I get a call from my brother now, a very angry call asking why I've taken so long and where I am. I explain I don't know where I am and I'm trying to find my way back. I hang up and I'm getting increasingly more scared as the place is giant, as I mentioned, like an abandoned office/apartment hallways with no signs or anything, while being extremely dark with minimal light. The walls were all teared down. It's just so quiet and run down. There was no way a functioning toilet was up here. I'm really panicking now and trying to find my way back to the lift, scared shitless. My initial discomfort of desperately needing to pee turned to desperately wanting to leave. I calmed myself down a bit with breathing exercises and tried to recollect my steps I took. Finally found the lift and quickly pressed back down. I pressed the close button so much. The lift takes me back down to the hallway, but by accident I walk forwards instead of turning right. What the fuck? There are more doors. 4 to 5 doors next to each other, but what was the most strange was the fact that the doors were all facing this large glass panel wall between the McDonald's. I was able to look at the McDonald's and people eating, but they didn't notice me, or they didn't notice I was there at all. I walked back and turned right this time through the door. I was finally in the McDonald's again, but that glass wall on my end appeared to be a large mirror in the McDonald's. It was a double mirror. I looked around and there was no sight of the McDonald's worker either. I quickly walk back down the McDonald's. I see my dad and my brother. My dad asked if I was okay as I looked really pale. I said I'll tell him when we're out. I asked him if he saw the worker again when they were waiting, describing him as a man with a mask and a lazy eye. My dad shook his head and said he didn't see any worker when he checked upstairs for me earlier. My heart dropped as soon as I heard that. The worker was still up the lift. My dad also said, "Don't tell me you went through that lift." I opened that door and walked through a bit to find you. It was scary. Why were there so many doors in that glass? I thought there was something wrong. Got out immediately. Bear in mind, my dad is a built as fuck man himself. This girl likes to cuss. I will never go into that toilet alone again, or I'll never go to the toilet alone again. And seeing a McDonald's will forever hold this memory for me. Edit. I can't stop thinking and obsessing over the fuck that building was. I am horrified to think what would have happened if I blindly followed his directions he gave me, or allowed him to escort me to the toilet. I also just don't think in any context it was appropriate for a worker to be that involved. I find a toilet. He 100% wouldn't have escorted a man to the toilet either. Wow. Where do I even begin? That reminds me of that movie, I forgot what it's called. I think Cynthia Erivo is in it, and there's like a cult leader, and they're like at a hotel, and she's singing in one of the rooms, and someone's watching her. Oh, Bad Times at stories, I would really, like to read them. So if you're like a Patreon member, or if you, I think I posted my email before, you can send me them. You can DM me on Patreon or send me them through email if you want. But yeah, I'd like to read your guys' stories too if you have them. Anyway, that is going to be it for the video. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night,